All right, guys, we are back. Boys, we made it. Baseball season is officially here. Pitchers and catchers have reported. Football is behind us. That Super Bowl stunk, absolutely stunk on ice.
Stunk out loud.
Stunk out loud. So now we can, that makes it even sweeter that we can direct our attention, and everyone can direct their attention to baseball and Phillies baseball specifically. Welcome back, Red Riders. Welcome back to the Red Corner. We have a very, very special episode here. We're rolling out a Phillies-only Red Corner, boys, just us three, fantasy draft. We'll talk more about the rules, all that stuff as we move forward. But a couple housekeeping items. Number one, shout out to Chad Durbin, because we've been getting a ton of buzz on that. No surprise. But, our DMs, conversations have been floating around. So go check out part one of our conversation with Phillies pitcher Chad Durbin. Part two will be released later this week. So be on the lookout for that. Speaking of being on the lookout, please hit that subscribe button. Please hit that like button. It helps. Gentlemen, before we jump into the draft today, Dombrowski and Rob Thompson made themselves available to the media this week. So I'm just going to punt this over to you, Bones. Let's start with you. What was your biggest takeaway from their conversations?
Nicky C still being here and probably won't be by the time that the full roster appears in Clearwater,
right?
Which is next week. So, looking to see him move on, see where he's going to go, see if they can get anything for him, and see how much they're going to have to eat in a contract.
Yeah, honestly, full disclosure, Bones, that was my dead last, because that's when beginning of this offseason, I said first move first. You got to just get rid of Nicky C any which way, and then you can really start moving on. And here we're still holding on to him. And it's funny that you're still mentioning a trade, because it doesn't seem like it's going to be a trade. It seems like he's going to be absolutely straight up released. We're going to pay this man $20 million to go home. Which I don't know about you, but I have to. There's some serious. It's not even my money, and I got to cope about it.
So I'm with you, Slim. That wasn't high on my list, but I'm glad you brought this up, Bones, because I was going to ask the question that I'm about to ask right now. There's a lot of Twitter headlines, radio headlines, etc., kind of talking about how the Phillies botched the Nicky C thing. I want to hear your opinion on this. Do you guys think it's much ado about nothing? What would have made a big difference? Where do you guys stand on that?
No, because it's been years running. Okay,
you get what I'm asking you, right?
Right. Everyone's saying that we showed our cards. That Dombrowski, and then not even just showing the cards, they're actually extending it to a larger conversation about Dombrowski being over the hill. Quite frankly,
right.
I don't think so, because the same people here making those arguments, I haven't seen anybody take it back to last year, where when we weren't holding our cards or showing our cards, and there wasn't a market for him. This isn't the first year there's not a market for him. I saw Merrifield. Yeah, he came out and said, it's kind of like Max Kepler last year. He thought he was going to have an opportunity when he was here. He played well leading up to the season, didn't get the opportunities, was upset about it.
Right.
But in the same regard, was always able to go to Rob Thompson, who he said was one of his favorite managers because he was so approachable and upfront with you. So Nicky C, he was given the longest leash possible. So I don't buy all that with it's just the name of the game right now. That's just who Nicky. Look at Framber Valdez. He costs himself millions of dollars. Nick Castellanos is very similar. They don't want these personalities that might be a little bit too stingy.
Yeah, I just think it's maybe they did show their card and say, all right, we're trying to either trade or release them, but everybody knows if they, one way or another it was going to happen. So I don't really think it mattered when they did it.
Right.
I just didn't realize it was going to be this close to spring training, which maybe is botched, but not really. They're just saying if someone goes down, like we're seeing a bunch of guys right now just going to IL on other teams, and we didn't even start spring training yet. So maybe they're looking to see if that happens and say, all right, this team just did that. maybe we can get them to jump at this.
The old Howie Roseman, right? Wait for somebody to maybe get hurt and then move them. But here's the truth. Some Philly fans are kind of showing their cards. No one has thought Nicky Castellanos has had any real trade value these last 3 years. And that's why he's still here.
Right.
If not, he would have been moved a long time ago. Yeah, I think a part of being a fan is overvaluing all the guys you have.
Yeah, and honestly, like it's the trifecta. He's coming off probably the worst year of his career. He had a bad attitude, and he's getting paid $20 million. You know, it's a bad combination to find a suitor. So we knew that the market was going to be limited. I think the fair criticism is, would the Phillies have been maybe slightly better off if we didn't make it so blatantly obvious? I do hear that just from a business standpoint. Now, how much of a difference it would have made in his market? Probably not significant. So that's where I kind of lean on the much ado about nothing. But let's keep it moving here. So, Slim, what was your biggest takeaway?
My biggest takeaway is the starting pitching.
Okay.
All right. We're still in the market for starting pitching. Okay. How? Why? What? Because that means is Andrew Painter not like solidified yet in this back end? Because if he's solidified, that means we got 6 type guys. Or the way I was looking at it was Walker starting and then Painter may be coming up. And now they're saying they want to add another starter. I'm hoping that means a Joe Ross swing guy, right? I always liked,
but less Joe Rossi, of course.
But less Joe Rossi, yeah, right. Yeah. Well,
I know what you mean.
This is going to sound crazy. I'm hoping we bring in a guy that stinks, because if we bring a guy that has any kind of recognition, right, that doesn't pan well for whatever confidence they have in Painter for this year, at least. And I think the second thing, though, the more important thing is I think Dombrowski's kind of just saying this because we're at the point of the season, like Bones was saying, where it's late. These players now have to sign. So if you can get a Steelio Delio, why not? Right?
Fair.
So I think that's the other thing. I think it might be a little bit of showmanship, gamemanship, but we'll see. It did that really. It struck me.
Yeah, I mean, the combination of which my biggest takeaway was the Zack Wheeler kind of matter-of-fact statement that he's more likely than not going to be making his first start of the year, but shortly thereafter he should be around, right? So that kind of ties all in that, Slim, where maybe it's, hey, we just need some more depth in here, some more competition because of all these uncertainties, right? Like it's just they're kind of just looking in the mirror and say, we got 2 or 3 uncertainties in the rotation. Let's get some more depth in here. It's exciting to see who it is. I mean, is it going to be like a Giolito, a Zach Gallen? Who else is out there? I mean, there's still some decent names out there.
That's why I like the Walker Buehler.
Chris Bassett, Zach Lightell's out there.
That's another, like, both those guys, Gallen, these aren't guys that super thrill me. I know, I don't know. I'm kind of just, like you said, I just want to see another arm come in. Depth purposes for spring training, cool, but I want to see the guys that we have.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, so let's transition here to our Phil's fantasy draft, and I'm going to do a very, very brief kind of introduction to what this is all about. So this is going to be our scoring system here. So again, when we say Phil's only, we literally mean Phillies only. There's going to be 2 segments of this. We can draft, and this is where it's getting a little bit interesting, because obviously the Phillies 40-man is not finalized right now. So we're baking in a little bit of projection, a little bit of uncertainty. We're going to make it an annual tradition where we do this, pitchers and catchers. So we're going to do 2 things. We're drafting 13 players each from the 40-man plus 2, because we made a gentleman's agreement that we're going to include Justin Crawford and Andrew Painter into the 40-man. The other segment, we're going to have 2 players from minor leagues. So anyone can draft 2 players from the minor league system. Expectation, of course, that they will be eventually promoted. So only major league statistics will be counted. So that's the kind of overview of the segments. There is the scoring system. So we're doing a little bit of a hybrid of old school, meaning, just like the counting stats, hits, RBIs, runs, walks. Pitchers, we're just going to do strikeouts and saves. And then we baked in some bonuses. So this is where we're getting a lot of the more modern, and you say modern with WAR because as the years go on, it becomes less and less modern. So this is our scoring system for year one. I'm sure we'll tweak this as we go along. Gentlemen, any questions, any grievances you want to air out there before we start this draft?
No, I'm ready to go.
Let's get the major league portion of this draft going here. Full disclosure, I did a random draft, and yes, I did get the first pick. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing here. We will see. But yes, I did get the first pick. It was completely random. The boys saw it happen. So completely honor system there. So I'm going to fixed right.
It's safe to say that me and Bones taught Devo everything he knows about fantasy sports, I think.
Yes. All right, let's start the draft here, guys. With the first pick of the 2026 Red Corner Fantasy Draft, I'm going to go Bryce Harper. Mark it down. Bryce Harper.
I had Bryce Harper, full disclosure, not in my top 5.
Well, I'm glad that you're on this draft then, because I'm going to be picking you apart. Keep going.
Sounds good. You never told us who picks 2 and 3.
You don't see it on the screen?
Oh, cool. I'm going to take who should have been the number 1 pick, Trey Turner.
Okay. Turner, number 2.
Christopher Sanchez.
All right. Christopher Sanchez, number 3. You're up again.
Kyle Schwarber.
Kyle Schwarber. 4th pick, Slim, you're up.
Let me get Alec Bohm.
Alec Bohm. All righty. Whew, man, I'm going to have a field day today.
Yeah, so Luzardo's on the IR.
Now, let me see here. This is where it's starting to get a little bit interesting. Now, that was, I'm just kidding. That was a fine pick. I'm going to go Bryson Stott.
Oh, that is a surprise pick. Because if you look at the points, you get a point for a strikeout. You don't get a point for a win, and then you basically get a point for a hit. So if you're trying to correlate strikeouts and walks, okay. So if you're trying to correlate strikeouts to hits and walks, let's say Sanchez gets 10 strikeouts in a week.
Right. Let me go. Go Brandon Marsh.
Ooh. It's going to be the first one who's traded. We're going to have to fix the rules on what's happening with Marsh. I'm actually going to go Luzardo.
Okay. Some of this stuff might come as a surprise.
Zack Wheeler.
Good pick.
And you got it back.
So Slim went Luzardo over Wheeler, factoring in that injury history, huh?
A little bit.
Yeah, that's fair.
Adolis Garcia.
Okay. Slim, you're on the clock.
Let me get. Honestly, he's going to be playing every single day. He's batted 300 the last 3 seasons. Give me Justin Crawford.
Justin Crawford. I like that. Good pick. All right. So I'm going to go with the $45 million man, JT Realmuto. And then it comes back here to me. Snake back. Andrew Painter here I want to go Andrew Painter. Thought about doing Nola. I'm going to go Painter.
Yeah, I'm going to take Aaron Nola.
Okay.
Just give me the guys who are going to be adding to the Phillies win column this year, not the guys we hope make the damn team.
It was part of the rules. I'm taking Nick Castellanos. I think he gets traded somewhere else and does the Phillies well.
Oh,
that's
wow.
insane. I just told you, like in the segment before, we're not going to, he's not even going to be, we're going to cut the dude. We haven't
He's
been
on
able
the
to get
40-man roster.
we haven't been able to get anything for
That's
him.
true. That was a loophole. It was if anyone gets traded, let's throw it out there. Get traded, you get the points. So if
Yep.
anyone gets traded, you get the points.
So
With the
Bones
other
will be
team.
we'll be cheering for Nick Castellanos on another team this year. Okay, that's actually fun. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's kind of like you do with your bets every week. You cheer against the Phillies. Johan
When they're home.
Duran.
Oh, Duran. Okay,
Ooh.
very nice.
That was my next pick. That's my first stolen one. Wow. That's a big one.
All right, so let's take a break from the draft and let's get to that raffle. So Bones, take it away here.
All right, so tonight we got a Hunter Pence bobblehead. Hunter Pence
Ooh, very nice.
acquisition, and what was that? July 29th, 2011. All right, so I got all these names put into a wheel. I'm going to spin this wheel right now, and we're going to see what happens.
Let's go, baby.
Round and round and round she goes. Where it lands, nobody knows. And the winner tonight is Charlie Shuri
Ooh.
from Instagram.
Okay. So Charlie,
And-
Congratulations.
Yep. and
Nice win. That's
he
a nice
voted
win.
for Bryce Harper in the poll on the Instagram.
Well, he was correct then. So follow up what you were saying earlier, just to kind of finalize the trade details, Bones. It was the Houston Astros with Hunter Pence. They sent us, obviously, Hunter Pence with some cash. And the Phil sent Jared Cozart, John Singleton, and Josh Zeed. So that was the package. Congrats again to our winner. We will send that over to you. That's a nice throwback thing right there.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool bobblehead. People love the bobbleheads. So what's the punishment if anyone drafts someone already picked here? We got to figure that out. Buy a round of beers at the bank.
Sounds good. Give me Otto Kemp.
Otto Kemp, potential platoon partner in left field. I like it. All right. Bones, you are up.
I will take Aaron Nola.
I got
There
Nola.
you go. There you go. There's a round of
Yep.
beers.
Thank
There's
you.
a round of beers.
Feels
wow.
good.
That's
Ring
getting clipped
the
too.
bell.
Yeah. There we go, baby. I'm getting the
That's
25 ounce.
18.36. Yeah, that's $50-something.
Yeah,
Right?
25
Yeah.
ounce.
Boom.
I'm
And
getting
it's
an
gone.
IPA.
And it's right on the screen.
Yeah, I'm gonna get an IPA.
I thought he said I was going to take Nola, but
If we all got those surf sides, it would be an $80.
All right. Well, we like them too much to do that to them.
all right. Give me the new guy, Brad Keller.
Okay.
Go pick.
This is a guy. I liked him when they just signed him a couple weeks ago. I think he could play a part on this team, and that's Dylan Moore as a utility guy.
Good pick.
Since we got rid of Weston Wilson.
I'll tell you what, I don't know how you take a player who's not on the team when they're starting pitchers, relief guys that have roles. There's some guys who are going to be battling for positions, and there's some minor league players who are better than Dylan Moore. I would love to take Aiden Miller here. At this point, I think I have to take Taijuan Walker.
Good pick. So I am up here, and who do I want? I think I'm going to go with, this is tough. I guess I'm going to have to go with your boy, Tanner Banks.
Oh, yeah, man. He was my boy last year.
Yeah.
I'm expecting big things this year. The only reason he wasn't on my radar in these top 8 rounds is the strikeouts, right? He's more of a get him out guy.
Yeah, that's fair. And then I'm going to go with Rinconez.
Ooh, stole my guy. Stole my guy.
Slim, you are on the clock.
All right, I'm going to take at this point, in the middle of the game, give me Aiden Miller.
Aiden Miller, good pick.
What's the argument for Dylan Moore over Aiden Miller, Bones?
What's that?
What's the argument for Moore over Miller?
Because if someone goes down early in the year, Miller could not be ready. Where Moore has already seen major league talent.
Yeah, Miller probably higher upside, more maybe a lower floor, right? As far as points for the year, I would say higher floor. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Max Lazar.
There you go.
And then I'm going to go with everybody's favorite center fielder, Johan Rojas.
Oh, there you go.
Ooh, good
Rojas.
Good pick. Man.
It's down to the wire right now.
Yeah, we're in it now. Give me my boy Shugart.
I was waiting for that. Chase. He's got the right first name, I'll tell you that. Over under on innings, Shugart for the Phils. Would you set that at?
Ah, wow. So
8?
no, he's going over.
No, I mean, like, yeah, we talked about that offline. Who knows? That's one of those where it could go either way. All right, so I'm gonna go with it is getting tough. I'm gonna go with Marshawn.
I was going to ask, is he even draftable? These backup catchers, I don't think are draftable. Right? Like, dude, we watch a whole season. Last year, we were all talking about the potential of Marshawn, and he did his best game. His best game was like a 2-walk game or something. Like,
That was a great
year.
game.
It was a long year for our boy.
I'm gonna go with Jonathan Bolin.
Okay. Let me get Seth Johnson.
Ooh, bastard.
Got your pick? That's the worst.
Yeah. Zach Pop.
Zach Pop, okay. You are up again, sir. We're getting towards the end here.
Garrett Stubbs.
There you go. Speaking of the devil.
Zach McCambley.
Very nice.
The Rule 5 draft guy.
Yeah, that's a good pick. That's probably one of the better value ones so far. That'll probably look good at the end of the year. All right, so I think I might dip my toe into my minor league picks here. Brian De La Cruz.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That was going to be my next pick.
That's another name I like more than more.
So who am I going to go with next? This is going to get interesting here. I'm going to go with my next minor league pick. This is a guy they just recently picked back up here. I'm going to go Lou Trevino.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good pick.
You are up.
I'm deciding again between two pitchers. Chase.
Okay, I like that pick.
Alan Rongel.
Oh, that's the pick I should have taken.
Rangel.
Mm-hmm. Is that 13?
I agree. That was the pick.
And then Gene Cabrera.
Very nice. Jay Cabrera. Okay. So, all right, perfect. Chase. All right. What do you got, Slim? It's back to you.
All right, give me Alex McFarland. 6'3", 215 pounds.
Nice. You're getting late in the draft when you're listing the height and weights as the number one characteristic. Okay, McFarland. I'm going to go with Kyle Backus. Don't call me Backass. Kyle Backus.
Ooh.
All right, my final pick of the draft, I'm going to go Pedro Leon. A little bit of outfield depth, hopefully. Slim, who's your final pick? Remember, you got to take a minor leaguer here.
Yeah, so I'm going to have to go with Gage Wood, hoping he comes in late in the season, gets a couple Ks, and puts me over the top.
Good pick. Mr. Irrelevant.
Dante Nuri.
Oh,
Player to watch in the World Baseball Classic.
Italia.
Ooh.
Okay, so that completes it, boys. We got our 15. 13 from the 40, and 2 minor league kind of flyer picks. So, guys, we will post, our full complete rosters. We'll have the scoring, and we'll be, following along. All right, gentlemen, any closing thoughts here?
Yeah, quickly, we saw Vegas has posted the Phillies season total at 90.5 as we get into spring training here. That means they would have to be 6 games worse than last year.
Right.
And I really don't see it, especially where I think Miami's going to be competitive. I think the Mets are going to be competitive. I think the Braves are going to be competitive. I don't think they're contenders for the divisions. And the truth is, I think the Nationals are going to be terrible. So the Phillies should be able to rack up a bunch of wins. And now we're just talking about injuries. We've already seen the Mets
Yeah.
today with Lindor. Not good.
And Atlanta with Spencer Swallenbach.
Yeah.
And
60
their
ADL.
shortstop. So let's keep our boys healthy.
Massive news for us. Now, where are we at on the World Baseball Classic? Any nerves in the amount of guys that we have kind of representing all around?
Not really, but
Okay.
let's see. It will
Right.
change pretty fast. I'll be pretty upset. I'm hoping they can use it to ramp themselves up.
A couple of years ago, we thought it was going to ramp them up where Trey Turner was awesome in the World Baseball Classic, and then he sucked for us.
Right. Right. So kind of you still have some nightmares from that. And the other thing is, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but this does feel like the largest representation that we've ever had. I don't know if did you guys see anything confirming that? I would bet some good money on that just from an organization overall standpoint. We got a lot of guys representing. Yeah. So, the more players, the more exposure and injury risk there is. So, knock on wood, hopefully none of that happens. But we saw what has happened in the past with like Diaz for the Mets. So there's some bad stuff there potentially. So let's just hope it doesn't happen. All right, guys. So that was our inaugural Phillies-only Red Corner Fantasy Draft. We'll kind of keep you guys posted as the year goes. Maybe like, what do you think? Like monthly or every 6 weeks or so updates on the scoring, just to kind of keep you posted on that. And we'll continue to do this every year. So, guys, if you are still here with us, please hit that subscribe button. Please hit that like button and stay tuned for part 2 of our conversation with Chad Durbin. We'll see you soon.
And it's the Red